Yo guys, what is up? I'm Excavation and I'm excited to bring you F1 2016. We are recreating the Hamilton-Rosberg battle of the absolute ages. One of the greatest world championship battles I've ever seen personally. So I'm really excited to do it. We're going to be jumping in with Nico Rosberg because Lewis Hamilton, in my opinion, is probably the greatest driver of all time. I don't even like the bloke, but he's an incredible driver. So we're going to try and do possibly what you could consider the unthinkable. We're going to go on legend. We're going to jump into Mercedes there, as you know. And I'm really excited for this because I've wanted to do this for a long time now. Recreate this title year battle. And hopefully, you know, we can have some really nice on-track battles and, yeah. So it's going to be our one-shot qualifying, which, unfortunately for us, this is the end of our one-shot qualifying. We qualify P13. Yeah, P13. That was my first dry lap because the qualifying was, no, the practice before was full wet. So that was the first lap on. So a little bit disappointing. But yeah, we're going to jump into the start of the race here. And we have 5 lights here at Australia 2016, and away we go. Nico Rosberg gets a great start there, going past the Haas of Grosjean, the McLaren of Button, maybe even Alonso and Hulkenberg ahead. We do just that. Down the inside, beautiful overtake. Now going to the outside to try and go around the outside of Perez. We can't quite do it through turn 2, but we might have a nice run into the... I mean, there's like 5 or 6 cars battling away. We're going to get pushed off the track by Bottas. Although I don't really know if Bottas had much else to say. We go past Raikkonen on the outside. Bottas and Vettel. And Bottas is going to push Vettel wide. We're going to slip down the inside of both. But Bottas is still... We made contact with him. He's still on our inside or outside. And he's going to late break us out there. And, well, off pretty much the first sector, we're up into P5. We're going to have a good run on Bottas. We're going to dive down the inside into the chicane, and we're going to get past nice and cleanly and up into P4 on lap 1. 9 positions in the first lap. What a start to this race. And now we can look to the 2 Red Bulls and my teammate ahead to try and claw our way back for a big result here. A podium would be ideal, and that is exactly what we're aiming for. I felt, considering I'd only done 1 dry lap prior to this lap, I felt pretty good at this point, making some nice overtakes, and it was really about settling in, finding a groove and making all that time we've lost back. Because, you know, this is a result of a poor qualifying session, and Hamilton sets a 33.4 on the first lap. And what is the gap? The gap's about 3.2 seconds, I think. And now coming on to the end of lap 2, so Hamilton sets the fastest lap, Ricciardo sets the fastest lap, we set the fastest lap, going on to lap 3 now. And as you can see, the gap is starting to come down to Verstappen, but Verstappen is losing touch with Hamilton and Ricciardo ahead. So we're going to move to the end of lap 3 now, and you can see we've caught miles up to Verstappen. The gap now just a matter of 1.3 seconds, and it was 3.2 just 2 laps ago. So coming through the first and second corner, and as you heard there from Jeff, we'll be pitting fairly soon, so I'm excited for that. Get some fresh boots on and see what we can really do. And we just got to try and catch Verstappen, really. We just got to put the hard yards in, catch up to him, and, you know, do our best, and that's all that we can hope for. So we go purple in the first sector. Very nice start to the lap. And, you know, we might even get DRS come the end of the lap. But we move on to lap 6. We haven't yet. We're still 1.4 seconds away. So he's held that gap he's held us at arm's length pretty well. We're going to box. A little insight. I wasn't going to pit this lap unless one of the other 3 drivers ahead of me pitted. Actually, minus Hamilton. So if one of the Red Bulls pitted, I'm going to dive into the pits. So let's see if one goes in. And I think, yes, Daniel Ricciardo has gone into the pit, so we are going to pit on lap 6 for the medium tyre. we do pretty nicely slowing down. Yeah, I believe you don't have to do anything in the pits anymore. You don't even have to take the pit limiter off. Even a 3-second pit stop. Come on, guys. We're the leading team and we're putting 3-second pit. Williams would have beaten us there. Williams would have jumped us. Wow. So we come out and we're going to come out in P12. Is that where? Yeah, so we're coming out in P12 behind Kevin Magnussen. So we've really just got to find a rhythm and just roll with it, because they're going to be, Verstappen and Hamilton are probably going to be pitting this lap, maybe next lap. So we just got to put our absolute best lap in to potentially get as close to Max as we can, if not jump him, and hopefully close the gap to Hamilton and Ricciardo ahead and let them battle away. So we're getting a nice run here. We're going to look to the left, we're going to switch back to the right, and we're going to go down the inside of Magnussen where we did to Bottas, and that seems to be a strong point for us in terms of braking. So I'm going to continue to use that throughout the race. And now on to the start of lap 8. So Verstappen has pitted. We major corner cut. I'm sorry guys for that. I got a bit eager when I saw Max Verstappen out of the pits. And we're going to go down the inside. I feel we would have made that move anyway. Otherwise I would have given it back. I felt regardless of whether we cut the corner, we would have made a move into that corner. And now moving on to lap 8, you know, Verstappen is behind us, just chilling behind us, and we're getting a really nice run on Jolyon Palmer now. Who misses Jolyon Palmer? Wow. We're going to go down the inside, an absolute late lunge, and it's going to work perfectly for us. And the reason I went for such a late lunge and at that corner is I wanted Max Verstappen to stay behind Palmer for just a moment of corners, and I could just get a bit of breathing space to Verstappen. It hasn't quite worked. He's still only about... Well, let's see how far he is. 4 tenths back, so he's not miles behind, but you know, just trying to keep him back. Now moving on to lap 13, and we're gonna ask Jeff for our tyre status. You don't say, Jeff, as we bomb deep into the chicane. And now we've got Verstappen all over the back of us into the fast chicane. We're going to somehow hold him back. We actually went defensive into there. And he's going to look again. He's going to go round the outside. We're going to squeeze him right up to the track. We're going to brake as late as we can. But we're going to have to concede. Going on to the penultimate lap, we are going to be in P4 again. So as you can see here, coming onto the penultimate lap, getting a nice run onto Verstappen. We're going to think about going down. We're going to give him a thing to think about. And he looks up into the turn 1. And he throws away the podium. He throws it away. Whether he had a chance with us competing behind him, I don't know. But he didn't have the opportunity to fight because he's thrown it away on the penultimate lap. Coming into the final corner then, about to start the final lap for us. We've still got Verstappen behind us. It's not easy sailing for us to get this podium here. Max Verstappen will be fighting us all the way through this final lap. He's only 3 tenths down. He's getting a good run, but can't think about an overtake. We get a decent exit, but he gets also a decent exit off of turn 1 and turn 2. He's getting a great run. We're going to go fully defensive. He's going to go round the outside. We're going to brake later than him. We're going to hold it around the inside, and we're going to clutch it out and stay in P3 for the time being. There's only 1 or 2 places he's really going to attack us throughout the rest of this race, and that's the far chicane and the right-hander at the end of the mini straight, the new DRS straight as it is. So trying to hold Verstappen back through some of the fastest corners on the track, flicking right, getting nicely. You don't want to put the power down too soon, otherwise you'll lose the back end. We lose the back end slightly off that chicane. He's getting a great run here. He's going to duck to the outside, but we're going to outbrake him, flick through the left-hander, flick through the right-hander, get the car turned and get the power down, and we are just incredibly quick through there compared to the AI, and it kind of makes no challenge for us going into the straight and into the final section of the track. Through the penultimate corner now, Lewis Hamilton wins the race. Daniel Ricciardo will take home a P2, and we will take home a valuable P3 from 13th on the grid. A real fight back A great first lap followed by some really good laps to come. Some strong racing all the way through and shows me hope going into Bahrain. If we can sort that qualifying out, we might be in for a serious chance of a championship fight against the mighty Lewis Hamilton, who didn't even have pole, I don't think, but he still clutched out the win. And in terms of the constructors, because you know we got to look at the constructors this early on in the season, we've done pretty well over our pretty obvious main rivals, Red Bull, and the hope is to clutch up some more results this year and hopefully sort the qualifying out. So there we are on the podium, P3. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. If you're excited for this series, drop a massive like. The next episode will be out in the next few days. It'll probably be after the league race and after another 2008 McLaren race. So it'll probably be in the next 4 days, most likely, towards the end of April. So thank you guys for watching. I've been Excavation, and goodbye till next time.
Championship. Here's how things look in the drivers' table. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the drivers' championship after an excellent result. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
It's a tough one, Crofty, but on balance, I think I'd go for Nico Rosberg. Quality stuff from start to finish.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes moves to the top of the table. It was great having you with us for this week.